in June, working to the theme of clarity, and today and the week of the yoga theme is balance. So we're doing more of a yin practice today, and so it's always a good idea to have quite a lot of cushions and softness, things for underneath your knees. So if you need to go and get anything, then do that now. And the rest of us, we're just going to start slowly, knees crossed, legs crossed rather. And bringing your hands to your knees, sitting up nice and tall. And let's breathe in and out through the nose. And drop the chin towards the chest, let the spine lengthen. And let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Gentle smile across the face, a gentle smile beneath the eyelids. And then starting to slowly turn the head, nice little circle, without dropping the head back behind you. And you know you can freestyle anytime, so if you prefer doing your circles a different way, then just do that. And then switching directions. Always makes me chuckle when I go to someone else's class and they do their head circles a different way, and I'm like, oh, hang on a second, that's not how I do my head circles. See, you can even get stuck in a rut doing a head circle. And coming up to center, circling shoulders. Blue thinks I've laid out the blankets for him beside me. Particularly fond of yin yoga. Doesn't that feel good? And then circling the elbows. And the arms. Oh, it's a lovely morning. There are some stretches that just always get a yawn, and this is one of them. Okay, one more time. Reaching up super tall, letting the diaphragm remember her role for today, and then bringing your hands to your knees, circling your heart. So we're going to approach balance in doing our hips in a balanced way, so from one side to the other. Switching directions. And then coming back to center. We're going to take our legs straight out in front. Why not actually? Let's start with knees bent. I'll try and get a good angle so you can see what I'm doing without obviously disturbing the cat. So knees bent, inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, fold and lay yourself over your thighs, taking hold of your feet. So this is not about having a pretty forward bend that looks perfect for an Instagram shoot. This is the absolute opposite. We're just curious, how's the lower back doing? So as you press the torso down into the thighs, they act almost like a splint to keep your spine straight. And then you can start to edge your heels away, or maybe walk your sitting bones back. But honestly, this is as far away from a straight leg forward bend as you're ever going to get. First stretch of the day, we're just finding opportunities for stretching little pockets of tension out. You need to have a little wriggle. And then inhale as you come back up. Handy, he's moved. Okay, and we're now going to take the right knee in towards us. You're going to bring your arm on the inside of the knee, catch hold of the foot, and bring the sole of the foot out in front of you. So the knee is bending to the outside of your armpit in a seated version of Happy Baby. And then you're just going to play with the leg going forwards and back to begin with. So we're just gently warming up that hip joint on the right hand side. And then you might want to go side to side a little bit as well. All of it is about curiosity. You can hold the foot with both hands. That's quite nice. And as the foot pushes into the hands, as the hands pull towards you. So there's a relationship going on here. Between the hands and the feet. Okay. And then there is, of course, that answering the telephone thing. That when you're a newborn is really easy. Imagine the foot is the telephone and you're bringing it to your ear. Doesn't always work out quite that way, but you get the idea. And then you're going to see if you can bring this foot, let's take it to 90 degrees. So the ankle is strong, it's not floppy. You can just tell if you let go of the 90 degrees, look how floppy your ankle is. If you bring the 90 degrees in, everything is safe. That's going to protect you from twisting. Or stretching in an unhelpful way. You're going to bring that foot across still at 90 degrees. So it's across in front of you. And then you're going to wrap the left arm around and you might be able to get your foot into the crook of your arm, of your elbow. If you can't, then just carry on holding. But do make sure you're still at 90 degrees in that ankle. And the right arm can rock around the other side, around the knee side. And then you're going to just go from side to side here. Now for me this is such a strong stretch. I wonder if it is for you as well. Taking some breaths. And actually when you start to sort of rock around, I'm doing a little sort of circle on my pelvis, on my sitting bones, you get a nice little massage in the gluteus maximus as well. And just be sure that you can still hear the sound of your breath. And then releasing, bringing that foot to the inner thigh of the left leg. Just be sure that the left toes are pointing upwards. We're going to come into Jali Shirsasana. So this knee, on me, you can see it's lifting up off the floor. Some people's hips, the knee will go straight down to the floor. But if it is floating like mine is, it's really nice to bring a cushion. It changes what's going on in the pose. Okay, inhale, reach your arms up. Draw the pelvic floor in, draw the tummy button in as you fold and come towards your foot or maybe your shin. Sometimes it's nice to have the hands either side of the left leg. And breathe here. We're not in any hurry to get anywhere, so let your breath slow right down. And then inhale as you come back up. We're going to bring that knee up to center. And just take the foot across to the other side as we take a rotation. So inhale the left arm up. Exhale the elbow across and bring the right hand behind you. As you push down through the right hand, let your ribcage float away from the floor and turn your gaze to face behind you or to the side. Nothing static about this, you can just wriggle to your heart's content. It's always quite a good place for a sigh. And then come back up to center, uncross that leg. We're going to do the stacking logs pose. And many of you know this is my Achilles heel of all poses, but it's so good for me. I hope it is for you too. So you're going to bring the left shin bone parallel to the long edge of the mat in front of you. And again, you're going to square the ankle so you've got that protection. And you're going to then bring this right foot up, just like we did before when we were answering the telephone. And again, this ankle is at 90 degrees. And we're going to glide it across to rest on the top of the left knee. And then from here, where my knee is about 1,000 feet high in the sky, some people's knees are going to be down on their ankle. And you can just start to explore what happens if you rock forwards and back here with some deep breaths. And actually quite quickly things start to change, even with my hip shape. Because my knee is so high, it's quite a vulnerable pose for me. So it's quite helpful, I find, to have my hands underneath my shin as a little bit of extra support. I don't want to go hurting my knees or my ankle in any way. It's definitely not about beating up my body. It's just about exploring how would it feel to bring some opening, some softness, some breath, even here. And for those of you whose bodies love this shape, you can take your hands down to the floor in front of you and come into a forward fold. I'm reliably informed that that feels really nice for some people. Inhale as you come back up and release. And then from here we're going to take a pigeon pose, but let's make it a supported pigeon pose. So have your cushion handy and we'll come up onto all fours. We're only going to do the right side because then we're going to do that whole sequence across to the left. So coming onto all fours, bring your right leg out behind you. Or we might have to add another one. I'm going to see if we've got time to add this as well. Bring the foot forward to the outside of your right hand. Let the hips lunge towards the ground. Taking the weight into your left hand, bring the right hand up. Take the hand to the inner thigh, press the knee away. Let the foot drop onto its knife edge. And then lift the ribs, lift the heart. Take some breaths here. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Sweep that right leg all the way back. And then bring it forwards between your hands. And take the cushion and place it underneath your hips. So an easy version of pigeon. Come up onto your fingertips, find some neutral space in the spine, and then exhale as you come forwards. It can be quite nice to have a big cushion here. I'll show that to you. No such thing as too many cushions. Okay, and then inhale as you come back up. Remove the cushion and we're going to come to sitting, legs straight out in front. Let's start by bringing the left knee in. Take your arm on the inside of the knee, take hold of the foot. And a little bit of forwards and back with this foot. So the foot pushes forward, the hand pulls back. maybe a little bit from side to side as well. And then, as if you were answering the phone, bringing your foot up towards your ear. Just listen out for your breath. Be sure that there's a lovely nourishing breath happening. And then with the ankle at 90 degrees so the foot feels strong, perhaps you can place the foot in the crook of your arm. Perhaps the foot just comes to your hand. And your left hand can either come to your knee, or if you're in the crook, you can actually hold hands. Rocking the baby, this is called. And if you add a little bit of circling on the sitting bones, you get that nice massage. Feel free to explore this as much as you like. And then releasing, bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Perhaps a cushion underneath the knee. Right toes are pointing up. Inhale as you sit up, and exhale as you fold. Inhaling as you come up, bringing that knee up to center. The foot comes across. Nice little rotation, holding onto your left knee. Reach the right arm up and exhale, the elbow comes across, left hand behind. See if you can just edge your ribcage a little higher away from the floor, giving each of your vertebrae a couple of millimeters more space. And then inhaling as you come back. Uncross the legs. So we're going to come into stacked firewood with the other side. So this time the right leg is the lower leg. The shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. Come in again as if you are answering the phone with your left foot. 90 degrees in both ankles. You're going to take that ankle across. Stack it on top of the right knee. And then perhaps your left knee comes down and connects with your right ankle. Perhaps it doesn't. If it floats like mine, keep your hands underneath the shin bone. Give yourself some support. And if your hips are open and love this pose, you're welcome to walk your hands forwards on the floor, coming into a fold. Either way, listening to the exhale. And then releasing as you come back up. And we'll come onto all fours. Inhale as you extend the left leg out behind you. And as you exhale, bring the foot forward to the outside of your left hand. And walk your hands and your foot forward to allow you the space to drop your hips down towards the floor. Right hand becomes your foundation as you shift the weight over there. Left hand rises. And as you exhale, bring your hand to the inner thigh, press the knee away, foot turns onto its knife edge. And then bringing your hands back down to the floor. Let the knees come back together. Oh no, extend the left leg back, I mean. Get some space in the hip joints. And then exhale as you bring the knee forward between your hands. You might want to grab your cushion. And lay that just beneath your hips. Take a wriggle. Settle yourself in, come up onto your fingertips. As you inhale and as you exhale, lay yourself forward. Inhaling as you come all the way back up. I'm going to lie down on our backs. And let's start by bringing right knee in towards chest and getting it a squeeze. Arm threads inside the knee to catch hold of the foot as we take a one-sided happy baby. Stacking the heel directly above the knee. And placing the left hand on the left hip. And then releasing the foot, taking the left hand to the right knee as you guide the knee across your body over to the left hand side, opening your right arm out to the right. The shoulders stay flat to the floor and you get a nice twist in the body. Inhaling as you come back. Hug both knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Actually pull them in like they really are dear to you. And then let the right leg come down to the floor. Thread the left arm inside the knee so that you can take happy baby on the left hand side. Stacking knee and ankle in alignment with one another. And then releasing the hand, taking right hand to left knee. Drawing it slowly across your body over to the right hand side and extending the left arm out so the shoulders stay parallel to the floor. come back up. Bring the feet together in towards your bottom. Drop the knees out to the side, so the soles of the feet press into one another. Reach your arms up above your head and stretch through your fingertips. It's a good place to take deep breaths and feel your tummy move as you breathe. And then bringing your arms down to your side, come to the outer edges of your thighs so that your hands can support them in their journey of coming back up to center. Cross your ankles and rock your way back up to sitting. Well done, everyone. Have a glorious Thursday and see you tomorrow for some choir dancing. Take care.